You ready?
As you are.
Are you? Are you just on that thing? Are you gonna set your phone up? Or no?
I'm trying to figure out if I can get this camera to work from the front the way I want to, because if not, I'm gonna have to do it from the back.
That's what she said.
You know what? I'm just gonna have to watch what I'm saying to you from here on out. Because
Welcome back, everyone. As you can see, if you are listening, or I guess watching online, different place, different environment. This is my new home for now. We got something set up, not Terrence here, but me. I also ended up taking my sister in, so she just came along for the journey. There's been a lot of going on, and you have slacked a little bit when it comes to making these recordings and some other things that I've been working on, but I am getting back to where I need to be. So, without further ado, this is Terrence. You guys should be familiar with him by now. If not, there's a few videos back there that you can watch of me and him having some good conversations. For this talk, because it's been so long, we're just going to be kind of catching each other up and also catching you guys up. That way we can move forward, and it's not like, oh, well, this big block of nothing happened. So like, what's been going on? So we're in a new place, and yeah. So we'll start there, I guess. I don't know. Terrence, how have you been? What's been going on with you?
how I've been is better. It's been a lot.
Better?
Huh?
Has been better, or you're just better? In general.
It has been better and getting better. I know.
Okay. So
Yeah, I'm aware, because always a bit of a jokester, aren't you?
something like that. I don't know. It's just kind of rolling off the tongue today.
Yeah, you're something. But, I need to stop doing that. That's so grammatically incorrect and wrong on so many levels. But both, like getting better, been better, processing better, learning new things.
Mm-hmm. You started speaking anywhere or no?
Yeah. So I had my first speaking engagement in October.
In October.
And then I also had an MC event as well.
How did that go?
I enjoy it. I enjoy people. I like people.
How was what did you speak on?
Mental health.
Mental health?
Yeah, mental health.
How's that going? I'm just kidding.
My mental health, honestly, it's going a lot better. Which I'm learning to manage better. It's a process when you're on a healing journey and you also work in a career field and building a brand where you have to help people heal. It becomes emotionally and mentally taxing. And then when you have emotionally and mentally taxing people around you, it's extremely difficult. Mm-hmm. But, you learn to manage. I'm learning to cope. I'm understanding from a perspective standpoint, as I ask God to strengthen me in Him, He's allowed me to be in some positions where I've had to look at the circumstance as training for what it is what He's having me go into, instead of feeling like it's just a punishment or feeling as if I did something wrong or it's pointless. Like every situation is to train you for the next phase of your life. And it's given me a different way of handling things.
That's good.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
No, don't be proud of me. Don't be proud of me. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. And then what is that the context of what you told me earlier?
I don't remember, I'll be honest with you.
That's sad. It was less than 30 minutes ago, bro.
We're on this. We're not over there no more.
Oh my Lord. But what's been going on with you? What's been happening? Because you got a lot going on.
I have had a lot going on, yeah. Back towards when we did the last episode, relationship-wise, stuff crashed.
Yeah.
Which I should have probably left that engagement earlier on. I was fighting for something that I don't think was good to fight for. I tried to fight for growth when there wasn't growth coming. Basically, I kept trying to water a seed, and
That wasn't meant to grow.
no, it was just planted wrong. Really, it just wasn't. It wasn't in a good area situation. I don't know. It's just that specific situation. It crashed and burned, and I tried to recover it, and it just wasn't coming. On top of that, I left my at the time full-time job, so I left my leasing job, and then I did another semester of school. Got paid a little bit to do that, and then I also went through EMT. So I'm now a licensed EMT actually, and I'm supposed to start that soon.
Hey,
Yeah.
See, I'm proud of you.
So I can take care of dying people.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
And it's cool. My last clinical ride was actually really nice, or it was probably one of the most, if not the most intense medical patient that you could probably get. Like the medics there had been there for 22 years. 22 years, a decade, and then a little over a decade, and all three of them were like, we've never had this patient before. So I was going into it, and I was like, well, I don't know what I'm doing, and you guys don't. You guys haven't witnessed this before. So I was like, okay, well, we're just sending it.
We're gonna learn together.
Yeah,
True team building.
It was a lot of fun and a lot of adrenaline towards the end because everything went to shit, basically. Excuse my language, but everything went and just crashed and burned. So it was a lot of fun, and I'm excited to start doing that and being on the truck whenever I get the chance to be.
Okay.
Outside of that, I took my sister in, so we're building her up a little bit, and she's doing really good. She now is in a good job, and she's training for more positions now, so she's going to be getting paid more. And your phone did something weird. And she's learning to be better with. She's learning to drive, I think, maybe, kind of. She hasn't asked me to drive, but says she's doing good with it. So we will see.
So, how is because I know sharing the space can be a lot sometimes.
Oh, it doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Like she doesn't talk. she just stays to herself. Every now she talks to me every now and then, but I'm usually focusing on work, making something, writing, working on my course.
Okay.
So I'm usually doing something, and she just kind of leaves me alone. She does her own stuff on her phone, or whatever. And then I sit here with my dog.
With my dog.
With my dog. So pretty.
Who's so over you at this moment? Because I know she get company. He be ignoring me.
She's sleepy. She's had a day. Good dog.
We had a time last night.
So that's kind of what's happened so far. I've recovered for the most part. Actually, I can say I recovered. I'm actually doing a lot better than I've ever done mentally.
Okay.
And I think that's what matters because I don't really care about finances that much. I mean, it's important. Don't neglect them. But as far as where I'm going in my future, I'm not worried about it.
No.
The only thing that's no, really nothing's messed with me. I'll be honest with you. I have not had any super hard issues other than I've had situations where I'm uncomfortable, but I'm looking for those now. I'm actively looking for them, and I want them.
Yeah.
And I want them so that I can overcome and so that I can move forward towards what my dream is or what I'm supposed to be. And in my opinion, I think going for those uncomfortable things, it's something I'm writing about now, is an important part of taking you where your path is, where your journey is, where you're meant to go. Because it scares you, which means it means something to you. Yeah. So if it means something to you and it's something that you're chasing, like for me speaking, the anxiety leading up to a speaking key or a keynote, mastermind, whatever, it's anxiety inducing, and all the way up until I speak or until I get into those environments, it's like I'm battling my own head. It's like, am I gonna do this right? Whatever. But it's so fulfilling after I do it. And my thing is, I just need to get better at speaking. So I actually bought a course, which we talked about a little bit ago, through John Maxwell, actually. And I'm learning a little bit. I started maybe 3 days ago, I think. 3 days ago. So I got that. I'm learning everything. I'm just gonna put the systems in place and literally just take action. I'm not as scared of taking action anymore like I used to be. So I've been pretty steadily uncomfortable almost every day, doing things that make me uncomfortable. And I think I'm doing it faster and faster. I think that's really helping me just stay mentally on where I feel like I need to be going and growing faster and multiplying it. So I think I'm on a good path now.
You think or you know?
It feels right. It feels rightly hard. Like I don't get much break. Besides today, I took like an hour and a half break. But I don't get much of a break. I go to bed tired and I wake up fulfilled, or not fulfilled, but I wake up tired until I take a shower, and then I wake up fine. Because cold shower, wake me up. So, and I'm not getting crazy amounts of sleep, like maybe 4 or 5 hours, maybe 6. It depends. I've been fixing my schedule to sleep less. So, I'm not a big fan of sleeping more than 6 hours. It just doesn't work. It doesn't feel right for me. So I'm trying to get back to where I'm making up at 4 or 5 again, which I have been doing pretty well this week. Yeah, I just need to work on it more and make sure that I do get out of bed. Having my bed propped up now instead of just on the floor is a lot more helpful, because then I can just roll out of bed instead of straining my back trying to get up. So
Contemplating your back don't pop as you get up.
yeah, so now I can actually just roll out of bed, and it's pretty high. My mattress is thick, so I'm sitting higher than my chair for a visual representation. It's really having my own space. It's a bigger room. Moving into this place, I thought was going to be a struggle, as far as like mentally, I guess. But it's actually one of the more mentally liberating things that I've done. And I have my sister here, which is like it can be stressful or it can be upsetting or whatever sometimes when you have someone in your living space. But it's different when you're taking them in and you're trying to teach them how to live life and how to take better pathways forward than maybe some other people do. And I also have a lot of lessons that I carry with me that she can learn from. At first, I got frustrated a lot because I kept telling instead of asking questions, digging, because I know where she came from. She came from a household where I came from, and that household was not the best, especially for moving your own persona into the future. Yeah. It was more stay here, stay comfortable, don't do anything risky. And so she's coming from that. I'm pulling her out of that shell, helping her understand, hey, that's not how you want to live. You want to take some risks, you want to grow, you want to do these things, which is what she's doing now. I mean, she's getting trained in pretty much every area of that business and how to now. And she started out as a hostess, but now she's being trained in all of them. And she made the jump. I told her to make the jump, if that makes sense. Because and realistically, you just need more money, because the more value you carry, the more money you're gonna make. And that was the whole basis that I told her. And now recently we're more at peace, because instead of me being frustrated and being like, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that, I'm being more inviting. And that's something that I needed to learn. And she's probably the only person that I have trouble with this with. So in my mind, if I can fix it with her, I can help anyone in a sense, because I carry a special frustration with her because she's my sister. So if I can apply what I know as far as welcoming, connecting to her, and help her change her habits and connect the pieces better,
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident I can do that to other people, just because she's the hardest person that I've had to get through, because it took me 2 years to convince her to eventually move in with me, because I offered it several years back.
Yeah.
Now she's here. And it was at the time when I was not ready for it, which out of all those times, this was like worst time. And then we had to move, so I was forced to move. Which that whole situation, it's not super crazy, and it was just more of overreactions on several people's part, and then I was just kind of pulled into it. But it did affect my sister, and therefore affected me, and now we're here. But we're in a much better place. Like I have enough room for a big old whiteboard. I mean, that I just draw on when I'm doing stuff. So, space wise, awesome. I love this place. I wouldn't change a thing, to be honest.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
So that's kind of what's happened so far, and it's kind of a rough draft. I wrote more about it in the book, which will come out. I'm 22 now. The plan is to release it when I'm 25, like the day I turn 25.
Okay.
I might release it earlier, depending on how much progress I make. So depending on where I am in my leadership journey and my leadership goals, is when I'll post it.
Can you share the name
I'll publish it. Huh?
Can you share the name of it, or do you want to hold that right now? You don't have to share.
I'm gonna hold it.
We're gonna call it.
It'll be my first book, but I'm gonna hold on to it for now.
Okay. We'll do like right now. We'll name it like Adele does her albums by her age. We'll call it 25.
Sure, we'll say that.
Temporarily named.
24,
25. 24, 25.
So we'll see. I might have enough content in it by the end of next year, honestly, just because it's like a daily journal companion. So it's more or less to help leaders along their journey to becoming a leader, which is what most leaders wish they had, because some people, especially they come from the dirt, they don't have a mentor or anything.
Yeah.
So having that you can look at is very valuable.
Yeah.
In my opinion, at least it's something I wish I had, and it's probably going to be really, really long, which like one of these books are like 400 pages, I think. 300 pages. So roughly 300 pages, something like that. This book it'll be at least that long, I'm sure, because I'm already at like 60 or 70 pages, and I only have 5 chapters. And in 3 of those chapters, one chapter I started today, 3 of those chapters aren't even finished yet. Like, I'm building it as I go.
Okay.
So I think it's something that no one's ever done before, at least that I know of, and I think a lot of people will benefit from it. And I think I will even benefit from it, because I go back and read some of it and I'm like, dude, why am I not doing these? So I'm putting information on there that I'm like, that makes so much sense. I should be doing this. This will make me move forward.
You have your aha moments through you.
But it's really quiet in the mornings. I try and just sound out. I put some soundproof headphones on, and I just focus. I try to for a few hours every morning, and it helps a lot. And it helps me put my thoughts out there. And it's very clear. It provides clarity.
Yeah.
So that's one of the few things that I'm now working on. I'm trying to dial everything down that I have been doing, and make it very specific, so that I can move faster. Because I was doing a lot, especially before when we were talking. I was trying to do so much that mentally I was all over the place.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to, and it's advice that I would give anyone, is narrow your focus and then go for those. Make those work, systemize them if you can, and then move on to the next one. I've just been going very, very broad instead of very narrow and very long. So it's been very broad for me.
Yeah.
Now it's what I wanted, because it's how I felt like I could get a lot of information. And now I've learned a lot of the patterns in several industries, and I know that learning something and getting licensed in something is relatively the same process across the board.
Yeah.
So that's something interesting to know. That's one of the few things that I've learned. And so you're picking up these patterns, and it's helped me put together different patterns, different pieces that I can then use in the future to help others, hopefully.
Yeah.
So for me, I think it was a good call to do those things, just because that's where my path is and it's what I felt called to do. for other people that are wanting to focus in one field specifically
Yeah.
and know what that is internally, whether it's speaking, leading, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
full focus on that. I wanted more knowledge, and that's what I always want. I want to learn more. I want to keep learning. And I took more information in than I needed, and now I'm narrowing my focus to where I can start speaking.
That's some similar advice, and it's good that you noticed that. Similar advice to my mentor, because we talked and I had a lot of stuff I wanted to do. Even after the last time we were able to talk, it was like, I got this going on, and I'm trying to build a podcast, and I'm in school, and I'm building a brand. Oh, by the way, I also want to work for another company and help them. And it was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. But it's good to, from what she told me, is pick the one thing that's aligned with your purpose and hyper focus on that. And every other component will eventually fall into place that is a subcomponent of that purpose. So for me, it is my podcast and my YouTube channel. So as I continue to focus in on what I need to build the brand, the space will open up for me to have the things I need to incorporate into everything else. Which has made it easier for me because I sleep at night. Yeah, I sleep because I wasn't sleeping. I allowed myself to get to a point to where I could not rest. Like, even if I was sitting still, I could not sit still. If I needed to just take a mental break, I wouldn't. My mind was consistently going. So it sounds like even though we've been apart, in God's weird way, he's kind of put us on our own similar trajectory of just kind of balancing out what we're doing. Which is a good thing, because if not, we wouldn't be sitting here, I don't think, today, just to be able to catch up.
No, actually, quick story for anyone watching.
Okay, I'm going to tell y'all what happened. He told me he didn't need me no more. He threw me away. That's what really happened.
So how we met, I actually was doing legs and I fell down the stairs at the gym. And then I looked straight at him and I was like, I don't even remember what I said, but that's how we met, is literally at the gym.
I was trying not to laugh at him bust his face open.
But it was a good day. I mean, I met him and then he was like, yeah, let's do a podcast together. Or let me hop on your podcast. Or I actually invited him, I think.
Yeah. But we had a couple of different conversations even before that. Because I tend to be a very outgoing, friendly person with people. I'm friendly with people until I'm not, if that makes sense.
What are you, a human? I said, what are you?
No, I absolutely am human. But I've noticed as I've gotten older, there are people that can be the friendliest to people no matter the circumstance. I call it my Jesus era. I'm not in my Jesus era yet. Like he's healing me and getting me to a place where I can still be extremely nice to people even when they wrong me. But I still have moments where it's like, you cross me and I have to go to God and really just pray about it. But I find myself, as much as I love people, I find myself, as I've gotten older, not liking people. And I think I've told you that before.
Yeah, I'm the opposite.
Yeah, I'm like, I love people. I love to help. But then I have my moments where it's like, I just don't like people sometimes.
Well, I think you do it to the point. I'm just speaking on my butt, but I think you do it to the point where you're draining yourself.
That could be it. Because I've had to stop within my family to people pleasing. Like majority of my family don't like me right now, and I'm okay with it. Because it's like I dealt with people pleasing and trying to make sure everybody else was okay and everybody else was taken care of more than I was taking care of myself. So that was a big part of it.
Well, the reason why I say that is because, dude, when I talk to people, my cup overfills.
Yeah.
But I want to give, and
Yeah.
I don't see it as a take from them. Like I don't see it as if they're taking. I see it as, oh, there's a possibility that I can maybe help this person continue to grow, and then that excites me, and then I get even more excited, and then I keep talking, and then I get more excited. So I feed off of it, right? It sounds like in some situations with you are maybe internalizing a lot of it, and maybe even personalizing it and adding it to your life as if it is your burden to bear. And I think that drains you. I really
No,
do.
I typically don't. Like I'm now at a point. I can say especially over the past couple months, I'm at a point where I can have a conversation. If it's not mine, it's just not mine to carry. I'm just, and it could be just spiritually because I'm in a different place. I'm extremely discerning of people, so I notice I get vexed by things, and this is something God is working me on too. Outside of a professional setting, once I start noticing certain things that just take away from the community or deplete other people, I instantly get irritated with them. So outside of me having to do my job, like with counseling or even being at the gym, while I'm on the clock and I'm dealing with it, I'm fine. Once I clock out, it's like, okay, I don't want to deal with you right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm learning to deal with that on the standpoint of like, as I told you earlier, give yourself grace and mercy. I'm learning to give that same grace and mercy to other people now. And it's
Do you give that grace to you?
oh, I do a lot more now. If you would have talked to me
You didn't
before,
have to give me that attitude.
I don't, I ain't give you no attitude. But no, if you would have asked me before October, during September, I didn't. But I wasn't taught to give myself space to be graceful to myself.
Well, are you feeling more fulfilled now?
I feel a lot more fulfilled. I'm
So you're
happier.
not feeling the same way as what I was saying earlier
Oh,
about you being
no.
drained and stuff?
No, now, no.
Okay, that's
I
cool.
still have moments where being around people can be exhausting, but that's more so because I'm always around people. So I have to have moments where I can just separate and have my me time. If I don't have time to recalibrate with myself and check in with myself, then I become in disarray. But if I have my moments, and it may not be every day, but every couple of days to just sit and reflect on what I need to do, what's going on with me, and put things into perspective and have my one-on-one time with God. Because I notice if I'm not praying, worshiping, having that one-on-one space, and building my relationship with God, I get easily depleted. But if I'm even able to do that on my busiest day for an hour, I'm a lot happier than I am as if I don't get anything else done.
I'm telling you, you should move over here.
You just want me to be your neighbor so you can knock on my door and bother me.
They give me somewhere else to go in this freaking apartment. I like it, but
But I love your
I'm
apartment too,
cool.
though. Like, your place is dope.
I'm just
Like,
cooped
your
up in it all
place
day.
is
I'm literally
dope.
at this desk all day long.
Well, what are you going to do? Well, so what? We're just going to take
I
turns
want
doing
to be
study
social.
sessions at each other's house? Is that what we're going to do?
If you got a big enough desk, maybe.
Meet down at the chapel and and do some and meet up and have coffee in the morning?
Hey, don't be telling people where I live.
I didn't tell nobody where you were.
Just
Live.
kidding. There is no chapel here. You heard that wrong.
You know, meet down in the common area.
Yeah. So I want to talk about where you're headed, like what you're. We kind of caught up a little bit, but I want to talk about where you're going, where you're wanting to go, what your goals are.
My goals?
Yeah.
If I can be honest, my goals for next year I'm still figuring out because I'm in a purpose planning process. So
What
at
are
the
you
end,
feeling?
what am I feeling
Yeah, what are you
besides
feeling?
cold?
Well, you can get over that one, but what are you feeling?
I'm sick of you. Elaborate with feeling, like as far as what the goals are, what they
What are
should
you
be.
feeling pulled towards?
Pulling, what am I being pulled towards? Honestly, I'm being pulled toward a lot.
That's
However,
very broad.
however, I'm being pulled toward a lot because I see where God is wanting me to go, even in His work with me as far as ministry. So I do know 2026 is going to involve me being in some form of ministry. At some point, looking more towards second quarter, going into third quarter. But I'm feeling more so pulled toward, if I can be honest, being face to face to help people as far as mental health counseling and actually operating full spectrum in my career field. I don't feel like being in the gym in that arena is servicing me anymore.
I feel
So
like that has been the case for a little while.
yeah, it really has. And God had to deal with me on that because He's been trying to pull me out of that area to move me over to where I'm trying to go now.
Well, I want to say, why do you feel like it's going to be the second and third quarter?
Why?
Yeah.
because I'm still getting some mentorship and some guidance in that area. So instead of doing what I normally would do, which is just leap first into that, I'm actually working with um, one of the youth ministers, and then two of the ministers that are part of my men's church group, because leadership in ministry needs to be done properly. It's a lot of people that did it wrong. My dad did it wrong.
What are you being taught right now?
What am I being taught right now? One, definitely the importance of praying and repentance. And then I'm being trained on how to properly build my relationship with God, because I didn't realize that how I was doing it at one point was very one-sided. So I'm learning to invite God into my heart and into my space, and really learning to trust in Him. And since my mental health business is built on the foundation of the Bible, primarily Isaiah 54:11, I have to be able to trust and lean and have that intimacy with God to even help people from the perspective that He's helping me. So being trained in that area is teaching me how to protect myself spiritually, how to really cover your brothers and sisters, what the importance is of prayer, and fasting, and how that plays into leadership, what it is to be selfless, because a lot of times we think we're being selfless, but we don't realize that there can be minor undertones of us still worrying about ourselves. And from a biblical standpoint, I can't really help people the way that I want to if I still have me. Like, well, what am I getting out of it? Or what am I thinking? Or I want to do this, God, I want to do this my way, when God wants me to handle His children a different way. One of the things BK, one of my ministry leaders, told me was, God treats each and every one of His children differently. He gives us all the same things. He provides for us all the same ways. But how I needed to grow, how I needed to be taught, was going to be different than how my sister needed to be taught in the household with my parents. So He's teaching me how to really decipher how to teach people and how to listen to God on how people need help, which is something that I've struggled with.
You're saying your mentor's teaching you?
Yeah, so it's been different. Like, even how I always used to think my mom and my sister are the same people. I've had a time here over the past holidays, have a conversation with my mama and have a conversation with my sister, and I'm like, I really feel like you're kind of similarly the same, jacked up, but you're not going to hear me the same way. Like, I've been able to get through to my sister in some ways that I haven't been able to get through to my mom. But it's just because their language, their vernacular, their trauma has trained their brains and their responses to be different. So I'm really learning from a spiritual level, like, how does God hear us? What is He looking for? How to see the heart of a person past what we feel when we initially deal with them. So it's been a lot of that. So I say third quarter because there are still some things that I know I need to learn, and I'm not trying to pull nobody away from God, and I'm surely not trying to send nobody on a fast track to hell with gasoline draws on. So I want to make sure that what it is that I'm doing and how I approach it is done properly. So
I think you can do it faster.
I probably could. However, we're gonna go with we're gonna go with
tortoise in the hair.
No. But I asked God for people specifically that could help me, and He sent those people.
I'm saying on your own time.
You said what?
I'm saying on your own time. Like, how long would you spend on those topics every day in your own place? And the reason I'm not criticizing you,
Yeah.
but I have been way more focused on action and taking action faster lately.
Yeah.
And moving faster because of what I'm trying to do with speaking, with my book,
Yeah.
with the courses and stuff that I've been doing on the whiteboard. The reason I'm asking this is because I know you have knowledge, But if all that's stopping you from doing that, and you're saying it's going to take you to the third quarter, what if you just multiply the time that you're spending in the Word? Because what you're telling me right now is you're missing things that are being taught in the Word, and how to take stuff from the Word, from the Bible, and put those into your, I forget what you called it, Isaiah
Isaiah
54.
54:11, base
54:11.
54:11, which is my brand.
Okay, so, and it's based on the teachings of the Bible, which means you're in an information seeking stage, correct?
Yes, but I'm also in the training stage because I've never worked within a church within ministry
So you're wanting to bring that into a church.
as well. Yeah. So,
Okay. So
I need that particular training because
for
I
the
don't know.
church specifically, or for your business? Because your
For
business,
both, honestly, for both,
It'll-
but
I
for
know
church,
it'll help with
for
both.
church specifically,
Right.
because I'm going to be taking my brand and I'm going to be helping people through the church as a mental health ministry. But I also need to know how the church is supposed to be ran properly because that's something I don't have experience in.
Well, I could say a lot of people probably don't have experience in that.
This is true, but when you have mentors and you have people that have done it and they've done it
Yeah, if they're
successfully,
doing it good, yeah.
then I don't want to try to rush them to teach me what I feel I need to know to hurry my process as well.
But see,
And
you're looking. I don't want you to look at it as if you're hurrying,
yeah,
because it's not hurrying if it's not chaotic. If it's chaotic, that means you're hurrying. It means you're stressing and you're trying to get something done way faster than it should be. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I know that you as a person are smart enough to spend extra time to absorb the information faster than what you're giving yourself credit you can do.
no, I do that regularly. But with the mentorship portion of it, I can't tell my mentor when he's ready to put me in a place within
Within the church.
Right.
So
That's why I'm saying within that second to third quarter, I'll be moving into that sector because I've gone through what he needs me to go through from a training aspect to be able to make sure that he feels comfortable that I'm coached properly before he puts
Put you in
people
the
in his congregation in my lap.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
in terms of the church thing, I understand that.
Yeah. So that's why I said
With-
second or
with-
third quarter for
right.
that. Now, for what I'm
your
working
brand,
on,
I'm saying
for
like
my brand,
full speed ahead.
no, that's just ministry separately.
Okay.
For my brand, first quarter, we're hitting spit.
Okay.
We're like, yeah, no. So two separate things. So like when I said I'm going into the ministry aspect of it, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Is within the church. For my brand, that's a whole nother different situation.
Okay, so what makes you uncomfortable with your brand moving forward that you haven't done?
I'm comfortable with my brand moving forward now, but it's more so
talking about-
because I've learned to trust myself and not have to, as I told you earlier, work in that area of perfectionism. Because
Okay, yeah, that's one thing that we can work on.
Yeah.
Not deleting your stuff.
not
That's
deleting
one.
my stuff.
That's one thing because you get obsessed. You not obsessed, but you think about it a lot.
I think about it a lot. And even when it's good, like I've posted stuff on TikTok and within hours, 5,000-6,000 views, and it's like, delete. And then I'm sitting there like, well, why did you delete it? I didn't like the way this sounded. I didn't like this. I didn't like that. And that's what I've been trying to work through over the past couple months is not being, it doesn't have to be perfect. Which is one thing that my mentor has been telling me.
Do you feel
You're gonna make mistakes, but part of that is due to childhood trauma. Everything in my household, especially between having a dad that was not only in the military but dealt with PTSD and then a mom that has OCD, if it wasn't perfect, if it wasn't in the perfect spot, if it wasn't right, it was wrong and had to be redone. And unfortunately, I carried that into adulthood. So now I'm learning to undo that in this process, or I've already begun to undo that, but I'm learning to undo that because life isn't always going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes, but you don't learn unless you make mistakes. And if you try to wait till everything is perfect, you sometimes will either miss the opportunity to do things that you want to do, or you prolong the success that you can have. And that was been like this past year, a lot of the things that I've been working toward that God was literally putting in my lap and was like, this is for you, bro. I was like, oh, I'm not ready yet. As if he didn't think I wasn't ready. If he didn't think I wasn't ready, he wouldn't have brought it for me. He wouldn't have allowed me to get that far because he's not going to allow me to experience that heartbreak but to give me something before I'm ready. Like God isn't that God to bless you with something and you can't can't keep it. You don't have the capacity. But I didn't realize that in the lack of intimacy between me and God, that he was trusting me and believed that I could do it. I didn't believe in myself. And I didn't believe that it wasn't ready, or it was ready because of how it didn't look the way I thought it was supposed to look in my head. So now I'm sitting here like, okay, now I got to start reposting stuff and putting stuff back up and going through and trusting within what I'm doing. Because if I didn't have the capability to do it, I wouldn't be, as you said, you're smart enough to do it. I wouldn't have been able to get this far. Yeah. So next is just trusting myself to allow it to be what it is, perfect or imperfect. I'm always going to be critiqued. It's always going to be somebody that has to say something. So you might as well get over past that hurdle and quit trying to put everything to where it's just polished. Because even when things are polished, people still try to destroy it.
Well, not only that, I want to say one or two things, and you might want to write them down if they resonate.
How are you going to tell me what I might want to do?
Well, I'm saying if it resonates with you, you gotta let me finish. If it resonates with you, I won't.
What if I want to type it on my handy dandy notebook in front of me on my
I forgot
computer?
you had that computer there.
I know, and isn't it ridiculously huge?
Discontinued. Anyways, one thing is, as far as getting perfection out of your head, when you post something, ask yourself the question, how would I feel if it changed the life of one person? Because especially when I spoke and when I've put information out online and done some of the videos that I've done on Instagram, whatever, my ideology behind it is, if this changes one person's life, does that make it worth it for me? And if your answer is no, then you don't believe. But I don't think that you would believe in yourself in the way that you should. Because if you change one person's life for the better, would that not make it worth it? In my mind, it makes it worth it. So the question that I used to ask myself, especially when I was subconscious about things, is it worth changing? If this changes one life, it's worth it. And that's how I started the podcast, actually, is if this changes one life, it makes it worth it. So that helps take perfection out of it. But also, what I do notice, especially when leaders are leading the best leaders, like when they're going in, speaking, stuff like that, when they're talking, when they're sharing stories, what makes them more powerful as a leader is being human, which means you have mistakes, you have lessons. The more powerful you want your message to be, you're sharing those mistakes, because we're all human. Mm-hmm. If you hide behind this quote unquote perfection, you're trying to show people that nothing's wrong with you, and people see right through that. Especially nowadays. But if you're human and you're like, okay, well, I know I messed up on this part, and if people are criticizing you, that's whatever. It's online stuff. People are gonna hide behind a keyboard. It doesn't matter. That part, people think. And if anything, it gives you an opportunity. If it's real, it gives you an opportunity to be better, right? Worst case scenario. I mean, but if you're thinking, oh, I need this to be perfect, think, if it's perfect, who's gonna learn? But like, who's really gonna learn from a perfect video?
So when I say perfect, it's not necessarily the information, it's the aesthetic.
No, well, you're not gonna get aesthetics perfect.
Exactly.
But you see what I'm saying?
But exactly, because like that was one thing my mentor told me. He was like, "You one of the most honest people that we know." I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You've literally been on live and told people about how you've sinned and fallen like short within weeks of doing it, and you don't mind or care what people say, and you're transparent about that aspect of your life and the struggle with sin and the difficulty that it is."
You're high in openness.
Yeah, I'm extremely open. Like sometimes I feel like I overshare things that I probably shouldn't share. Mm-hmm. But when it comes down to the aesthetic portion of it, like how does it look? What is it presentable? Is it this? I get caught up on that. And that was something my parents taught me. But my dad was a pastor, and everything we had to be neat, tidy, and in order. Like even to like when we would do stuff at church, it was no room for me to be a child and to be an error. So that literally transcended in how the appearance of things looks, and I'm having to break that up because that was one of the reasons I downloaded one or deleted one of the YouTube videos I posted before I even like had a chance to share it. I posted it. 2 days went by. I had like 600 views, and I was like, I don't like the background. Delete.
That's funny. And then you
And
say,
people
then
were
look
like,
at
we
this
like the
background.
information. I needed to hear this. Thank you. And it was like, oh, yeah, I didn't like the way it looked.
Yeah, look at this background. I
I,
mean, come on.
but exactly. But because it's always been that, like, and it's like I said, it's childhood trauma that I'm still learning to go through. Like, that's why I'm still in therapy. I have no problem admitting that I'm learning to undo what I was taught. And part of what the struggle was, I'll say even worse a couple years ago, was that I always felt like it was something wrong with me, not necessarily anything that I had to say or do. It was just I was wrong. My existence was wrong. So I had to heal that nature. Now it's like trying to get over aesthetic things, which in hindsight is petty.
Stop being petty.
I'm trying. I'm trying not to be a petty Betty in 2026. I'm not going to be a petty Betty in 2026, nor am I going to be a Debbie Downer.
Something I learned that helps change perspectives on yourself. There's people that speak on affirmations or whatever, like tell yourself you're a certain way in the mirror.
I'm big on those. I have them written on the mirror. I got cussed out for it yesterday. My mom was mad that I was writing my affirmations on the mirror.
Well, don't write them, say them.
I have to write it.
But anyways, so I don't, and someone said this, Alex Hormozy, but I agree with why he said this, and he doesn't think affirmations work. I don't think affirmations work either, but I think, and I've experienced this, and I've done it a few times myself, because affirmations is like, oh, I'm courageous or whatever. Like you're saying that yourself. If you don't believe the words that you're saying, it's not gonna stick.
It's not gonna stick anyway.
Now, something that many people have taught, and you see this in conferences and stuff, is it's not what you say, it's the identity behind it, what you say, and it's the story.
Yep.
So let's say affirmations in this case, what I've done, right? If I'm going in to, and I've done this a few times, to go say in the mirror, whatever, I say, I am courageous because blank. Give yourself a story, because then then your mind's gonna believe it. So if you say, I am weak because I am whatever, or I am this way because my childhood traumas, I am this way because I haven't gotten to this yet, you're telling yourself a story that's gonna stick with you. Instead, change, hey, I am courageous because I have a purpose. I have a dream. I have these qualities. And something that I tell myself is, I am bold because I tell myself a couple ones, but bold is a big thing that I struggled with, which is why I'm taking more action consciously and faster. So I say, I am bold because I have a purpose. That's one of the big things that I do. And it's simple. It's simple, quick, say it a few times, move on.
Yeah.
But it works, because since I've said that in the mirror, or in general, since I've said that, so many things have happened. So many different things have happened. I've taken more action. I've taken more risk. I've taken, and risks that are good, obviously, I weigh my risks, but I've taken so many more steps forward than I otherwise would have. Especially social engagements, I get less. I'm confident to myself.
Yeah.
Socially, I suck at starting conversations, but I can do it now. I started talking to a girl not too long ago, but we talked about that. But anyways, that wouldn't have happened.
It's not for y'all ears yet.
That specific thing would not have happened if I wasn't bold enough to do that, right? And especially with me, I've struggled with starting conversations my entire life, but I can keep a conversation going.
Yeah.
I'm good with questions. I'm good with keeping something back and forth conversational. I'm good with connecting with people. I just suck at starting conversations.
Yeah.
And guys and girls, but I've gotten better at it, and I'm becoming more and more prone to it. I welcome it now.
Yeah.
I try to. It's still scary, but that boldness, it kind of.
But you're breaking that shell. You're coming out of that comfort zone.
Well, the story I'm telling myself is changing.
Yeah.
Right? Because now I'm telling myself I'm bold. And I have a reason for why I'm bold.
Yeah.
And then it comes out. I don't even think about it that much anymore.
Yeah.
I feel the scarceness. I feel like the little butterflies or whatever, however you want to say, the gut feeling that makes me want to back down. And then as soon as I feel that, it's consciously registers in my head, oh, I need to do this. So then I try and do it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm having way more fun doing it anyways because it's like a mini adrenaline rush. And it's kind of like
Low key.
a little addicting. I mean, not going to complain about it, but I do it, and it's socially anxious, sure, but it's fun. And I have a lot of fun doing it. Because, for one, I'm in here all day.
Yeah.
I'm working on my computer, writing, on the board. I'm not doing anything in here. The gym's the only time that I'm social. And you go up to people in the gym, and especially if they're trying to work out,
they look at you half crazy. But you now
well,
are a little
half
different.
crazy anyways.
They look at you for many reasons, but it's not to have crazy, okay? We've had that conversation. But you now and you when I first met you were different because when you were first coming in Crunch, you really didn't talk to a lot of people.
Well, I don't remember.
You didn't.
I mean,
I would be like, hey, welcome to Crunch. Well, welcome
No,
there.
I think that was when I talked to you, that was the first time I ever saw you. Consciously.
Consciously.
Because you didn't work in the mornings.
Yeah, I did every once in a while.
I never saw you.
Yeah. They always had my schedule flip-flop, especially when I was teaching early morning group fitness classes at first. It was always, at least at that location. Now I don't teach there, but it is what it is.
No, that was the first time I ever saw you.
Lost.
Register saw you.
Really?
Yeah.
Because even after that, you still never really talked to a lot of people.
Well, I'm just saying, that was the first time I saw you there.
Oh, yeah.
And then I tripped on the stairs. But that was the first time I saw you there.
That's still funny because you buckled hard on leg day.
Dude, I think I just missed that because I don't even think my legs were
You missed
sore.
the whole step, Maverick.
That's what I said, missed that.
Yeah, you missed the whole step.
And
then you turned around and it looked like, oh, shit. Excuse my language.
You were
Sorry.
in front of me.
No.
Yeah, I fell down the stairs. I looked directly at you, and then I said something, and then I kept walking, and then we talked later.
Bro, you are hilarious. But it was funny. But the affirmation thing, just to kind of that's something that I do now, but I do more biblical affirmations.
No, just do a story. Tell yourself a story.
For what?
Change your identity. Change the affirmation to a story.
Well, the affirmation is the story, but the affirmation is built on this.
Affirm this story in your face.
You know what, Maverick? I'm gonna throw this ghost can in you and make you a ghost for real. You leave me alone.
I'm white as one.
But I was about to say something, but I'm gonna hold that thought. But no, so I've been using more biblical, scriptural-based affirmation, and that's just in the intimacy process with God. I took him out of the place of a father because of who my dad wasn't, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I had a real negative view on the word father because of him, because of my earthly or my bio daddy. So I've been building my affirmations and what I have to remind myself who God is, which is really doing more of what David did. Biblical story. David in the Bible went off to war, came back, stole his wife, children, all things concerning him and the people and the men, all who went to war. So
David who?
In the Bible.
In Goliath?
Yes.
I said that, you said no.
No.
I said David and Goliath, you said no.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said. I thought you said somebody else. My bad. Yes, David and the Goliath. But chapters later, David went to battle. I should have actually brought my whole biblical notebook because I'm still studying that chapter. But he came back from war. He had found that his camp, everything concerning him had been stolen. Wives, kids, children, men who had went off to battle came back. Their families were gone. And the first thing David did before panicking was encourage himself in who God was, even before he prayed. So I've been learning to encourage myself in who God is. So my biblical affirmations and also making sure that I'm building that intimacy and that relationship with God is reminding myself who he is, but also who I am. Which is like I dealt with anxiety. One of them is I'm more than a conqueror. Very simple, very basic, but people often miss that one. But I'm more than a conqueror. The other one is I am courageous. God guides me where I go, trusting that He's not going to send me or place me into a place where I'm going to be hurt or where I'm going to be in danger. God is my helper. The Bible calls Him Jehovah Elroy, God who sees me. So God is my helper. By God's grace, I can. And these are things that I never told myself. Like I don't sit with these things literally. Like I'm good at telling people I'm an artist. Oh yeah, I can sing, I can dance, but what outside of the talent? Who am I to God? I am loved. I am chosen. I am wonderfully and fearfully made. I want to say that is Psalm. Have it over here. That's Psalms 139, 14. So affirmations for me aren't just so more like my little sister, and I get on her about it, but I'm healthy, I am wealthy, I am rich. Yeah, you all of that. But who does God say you are? And do you trust who God said that you are?
Yeah,
And then,
like the affirmations that you said your sister says.
yeah,
See how they're not attached to a story.
yeah, they're not.
And that's what I'm saying. If you attach it to a story, dude, it changes your life. It
Man.
really does. And it's a different way of looking at it because a lot of people, I'm sure, at least from what I've heard and from my experiences, people like affirmations say, I am this, I am this, I am this.
Mm-hmm.
Say, I am this because.
Yeah.
Because why? Why are you this?
Yeah.
Why are you calling yourself this? For your instance, child of God. Mm-hmm. Because I'm a child of God.
Because I'm a child of God.
Right. And whoever believes in that may believe in that.
Mm-hmm.
And they can choose to go down that path. But for some people, they have their own opinions. If you tell yourself that story and say, hey, I am this out of because. Why are you that?
Yep.
Change the story, change your identity. Because that's what it has the power to do that. Mm-hmm. It really does, and it's worked time and time again. I've seen it in other people. I've seen it in myself. Yeah. And really, identity changing is something. It's something I talk about in the book, which is why it's on my mind. Yeah. It's something that will literally change your life. It's why I feel much more fulfilled than I did a month, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Yeah. Basically, right after these episodes stopped again. Yeah. Which I feel bad for, but again.
I do too, because we had momentum, we were going, and it was like, oh, and I knew it was a thing when somebody at the gym was like, you and Maverick haven't had a podcast out? It was like, first off, why? Paul. He was like, you haven't done anything new, and I was like, first off, why are you clocking our whereabouts?
Who's Paul? I don't
the bald-headed guy, MMA fighter, kind of heavy set. The one that we had the conversation and he mentioned Odin and you were like, I could tell you were just kind of like, what?
The goofy guy?
Yeah.
I think I remember who he is.
I love Paul. Paul is amazing. One of the most loving people you can meet in this world.
He's the only other guy that I was talking, like, we were talking to
that day.
We were on the Smith machine?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
And I was recording and I was depressed.
Yeah. I mean, we both was going through some things. I was trying to hold you up and you were trying to hold me up. God knew we needed each other in that season. But he asked, he was like, y'all ain't did nothing new?
He got on you. He needs to get on me.
He was like,
I'm
why?
doing stuff, I guess.
Well, no, that's a both of us thing because I also, around that time, also became a bit of a recluse because I was real slow at replying and texting to everything. And then when I would reply, you would have stuff going on. So it was a mutual thing because we were supposed to hold each other accountable in that. It wasn't just one-sided.
You never told me that? I'm just kidding.
You right. I won't tell you no. It is what it is.
Yeah, you shut that mouth. Yeah. Okay. I think this was a great conversation. I don't want this one specifically to go too long. I just want it to be like a catch up.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is, well, we're gonna say bye to you guys, but
deuces.
We're gonna
well,
sit.
Not yet,
All right,
but...
I'm gonna sit down. We're gonna put some stuff together, and then we're gonna start up again. And we're probably gonna hit you some fast episodes, or at least on the Mavericks, anyways. There's gonna be a couple fast episodes. Some with me, by myself. Some with Terrence. probably going to be more with Terrence, just because I don't have exactly how I want my stuff to be set up for personal, like one-on-one content. But I will do that soon, and I'll probably be using the whiteboard for, okay, maybe not the whiteboard because this is more vocal, but I will be recording courses that I will be using the whiteboard for. I just don't know how soon it's going to be. It'll probably be January, February before I start recording those, just because I can probably get it set up here right now. It's just going to be difficult, but I can do one-on-one with just a camera and the microphone. So I'll probably do those as well. But excuse me again. For right now, I'm gonna let you guys go. This was Terrence. He is gonna be on here more often. He is the
First off,
longest
my
standing.
name is Coach Blue.
Longest standing guest on this podcast. He's going to be around for a while. You can call him whatever you want. Just
No, you can't call me whatever you want. Respectful. With all due
you
respect.
can, but I can.
What?
I can get away with it. But anyways, you guys
Who
have
told
a
you
good
that
day.
lie?
We'll talk to you guys later.
All right, over and out, guys.